How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Rouse back with another video. We've got more Marvel Legends today, once again from the collector wave, because there's some hits in here. We've got US Agent. I do not have him. I do have Captain America, but I don't have US Agent because they're not the same character. If you've seen Falcon the Winter Soldier, you know that. I already knew that, but yeah, this is John Walker. It's not Steve Rogers. He just was the replacement for Steve from the government. So yeah, we're gonna take a close look at the box and then we'll get this bad boy open. Taking a closer look at the box, you can see we've got some artwork on the side here. John Walker in the front, Marvel Legends series, US Agent from Marvel, artwork on the side once again, and then of course we've got more artwork and a little blurb on the back along with all the BAF pieces. Marvel Legends series, US Agent, originally appointed by the US government to replace Steve Rogers as Captain America, US Agent John Walker must balance his moral compass against his duty to his country. And he has been on the Avengers, he's been on probably the Defenders, but I know he's been on the Avengers. You can see it says Marvel's controller, and I did get the head from Thor. I'm not planning on finishing this entire wave, but I do want to get like Maria Hill / Quake. But yeah, we have controller, we've got Iron Man who we have, Thor who we have, Blue Marvel, Madam Hydra, Speedball, Quake, and US Agent who we have here. So with all of that being said, let's get this bad boy open. So just this last one time, I'm going to give Hasbro the benefit of the doubt when releasing a new wave, because this is on the Bucky Cap body, and we just got the Vulcan wave, which actually released after this. So like I said, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because, you know, the Vulcan body is the new pinless body, and this is, you know, the old standard Buck, and they could have been in production at just the right time to miss being on the Vulcan Buck. But it's still a shame because this is probably the only US Agent that we're going to get for a while. Like, I'm not super, like, I sound more upset than I am, but I just want to emphasize to you guys that there's like the new body that is basically the same as this. I'm gonna get Vulcan for this video so you guys can see. There's no butterfly joints. It's an old, super old mold. He looks cool. The paint job is great. The accessory is cool, but like, Going over the height of our US Agent figure, he stands at about 6.5 inches tall, so sounds about right to me. He does have nice paint apps. He's got that star on his chest. He's got the red and white stripes. He's got a very stern looking face, kind of unlike Cap. John Walker's more mean. I can see a little bit of paint, not perfectly right on the face, but that's okay, it happens. We got the belt down there. Boots down here. You can totally tell it's that Bucky Cap body. I mean, the plastic feels like the pinless plastic ones, but the problem with like the pin bodies is like they're prone to warping if they sit in the same spot at the same time, because the joints are kind of flimsy, because it's like a pin through like soft plastic holding them together. So it's just like frustrating, especially because we get such awesome pinless figures recently. And then it feels like a back pedal. Like, I know not everyone can have pinless joints all at once, but gosh, for such a cool looking figure, it's a shame. Like, I guess if you wanted to, you could do a torso swap and try to get like Vulcan's limbs on there, but like at the same time, then you don't have butterfly joints, and you don't, you know, it's not the same. Going over accessories, first of all, of course, he comes with a shield, which is what we're used to. It's got this little flip and hinge disc thingy, so this goes around his wrist, and this ports right into his back, just like that. It's nice and shiny, so that's good. And then he comes with a throwing hand to throw his shield, and an extra, a grabbing hand, like not a gun holding hand, but just like a grabbing hand for some reason. Should have a trigger finger. He should have a gun, maybe. And then the BAF piece, we get an arm for the controller, and this is new, but this is reuse of that deluxe Thanos, and he also comes with an extra fist to punch people with instead of showing off this little whatever that is. I know nothing about the controller, full disclosure. And that's the accessories for US Agent John Walker here. Going over the articulation, of course, because it's that Bucky Cat body, we get a head on a ball peg, which just popped right off there. So ball peg and socket, so forward, backward. Wow, it does not want to stay on. There we go. Forward, backward, side to side, all that good stuff. Shoulders come up about 90 degrees, bicep cut, double elbows, but the sculpt of his glove gets in the way. We have an ab crunch down here, which doesn't come very far forward, goes back pretty far though. Waist cut, yes, affirmative. Legs come up about this far to the front, so he can kick pretty high to the front. Not at all to the back because his big old butt gets in the way. Then we've got a thigh cut up here. Double knee, can kick his own butt. Yes, he can. Coming down, there is a boot cut. And of course, we've got rockers side to side. You know, very old articulation for a very old body that should be completely retired at this point, just like Gamebryo engine. First up for scale and comparison, of course, we have Captain America, who is the 80th anniversary version. So it's got those darker blues and reds, which I like, especially contrasting with US Agent here, because he's also darker with the black and the red. So it looks really cool. And they have the same, well, yeah, they're the same boots, the same legs, I believe. Let me see once he turns around again. No, the legs are different. So Cap's legs are a little different. So it's not the same body, but it is the same boots and the same gloves. So yeah. Going over the articulation, of course, because it's that Bucky Cat body, we get a head on a ball peg, which just popped right off there. So ball peg and socket, so forward, backward. Wow, it does not want to stay on. There we go. Forward, backward, side to side, all that good stuff. Shoulders come up about 90 degrees, bicep cut, double elbows, but the sculpt of his glove gets in the way. We have an ab crunch down here, which doesn't come very far forward, goes back pretty far though. Waist cut, yes, affirmative. Legs come up about this far to the front, so he can kick pretty high to the front. Not at all to the back because his big old butt gets in the way. Then we've got a thigh cut up here. Double knee, can kick his own butt. Yes, he can. Coming down, there is a boot cut. And of course, we've got rockers side to side. You know, very old articulation for a very old body that should be completely retired at this point, just like Gamebryo engine. Here he is with our pinless Black Panther, who is on the Vulcan body, and as you can see, these plastics are the same texture, they're the same color, so, you know, they had to be in production at the same time. It's the new Vulcan body, it's what this one should have been on. Like, yes, they're very similar looking, but that's not the point. It doesn't have butterfly joints, it's not pinless. We're going towards that. Like, it's the only US agent that Hasbro's made that I can think of, so it's not like you can, like, be like, well, look at the next one. Who knows when they're going to make another one. For a baddie comparison, here he is with the pinless Red Skull, who came out in that Supervillains wave, like, last year with the Zemnu Bath, which I do have a video filmed on. I just haven't uploaded it yet, but yeah. I'm sure Red Skull and US Agent have crossed paths at some point. Like, I haven't read everything about the character. I just know the basic story and that he's, like, not exactly a bad guy, not exactly a good guy all the times. When he was introduced, he was replacement for Cap, and, you know, the government stuff, was the people that appointed him, so there's always some intent with that, but yeah. Because Thunderbolts, here he is with Red Hulk, US Agent and Red Hulk. US Agent is going to be in the Thunderbolts movie. I don't know about Red Hulk because John Hurt died earlier this year, and he was the guy that played General Ross, so I don't know if they're going to include him or not. We'll see when it comes out next year. Here he is with our symbiote retro Spider-Man, who looks good all in black, just like US Agent. Very cool looking figures together. So, like, you know, I don't hate this figure. I just hate the body that it's on. Like, it still is US Agent. It's still cool looking. The paint is cool, but, like, it's just an older body. Like, I'm going to keep coming back to that, y'all. I just can't get over it. Like, this was acceptable last year and earlier this year. This, after the release of the Vulcan Wave, not so much. Especially that, you know, Black Panther has it, and they already had a bunch of females on the Shriek mold, like... For some MCU comparison, because I don't have the John Walker figure, here he is with Pro Thor and Peter Parker. Taller figure, smaller figure. So with all of that being said, you guys, you know my gripes that I have. You know what I wish we had seen with this figure, but you can't win them all. So will I give it my brand of approval? Of course I will. With all that being said, was it worth it? It was totally worth it to me because I didn't have US Agent, and it's probably the only one Hasbro is going to make for quite a while. So if I didn't get him now, I'd be waiting and waiting for Pinless One for probably years, and it's just like, I'm gonna get it again anyway because it'll look better, it'll have a better head sculpt. So yeah, he's totally worth it. Grab him if you want him, if you need him for your collection, if you want to throw him up on your Avengers shelf, your bad guy shelf, whatever, because sometimes he's a bad guy, sometimes he's a good guy. It just depends on where he's at and what the writers think. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and of course comment down below. Let me know if you have the same gripes I have with this figure, if you're disappointed that he's not pinless, how your day is going, what you think of this wave, what you'd like to see in the future. Just let me know what's up. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.